a live episode of Life with Sharon, Midday Motivation. Today is Monday, March the 21st, 2022. Thank you for tuning in to this live episode of Life with Sharon, Midday Motivation. Today, our topic is who or what's holding you back from achieving your goals and your next level of success. But before we get started, you know how we do. Shout out your name so I can shout you out publicly. Shout out your name on the feed because if you don't say something, I don't know that you're watching. And please watch on the Full Life Communications page on YouTube, as well as the Full Life Communications page on Facebook. Please share the feed. Now, let me tell you what I discovered. If you share the feed, which I do want you to do, and someone watches it on your page, and someone comments from your page where they're watching it, I won't be able to see the comments. I'll only see the comments from those people who are watching it on the Full Life Communications page on Facebook or YouTube. Just to let you know, because had several people who were watching on Friday, and I didn't, and they were chatting up a storm and didn't realize until after the show when someone said they were watching on another page, and that's why I wasn't able to see their comments. So, I want everybody to know, not trying to miss what you're saying, but there's a certain way that this thing works, and there's a certain way that it doesn't. So I'm learning as you're learning. So Full Life Communications page on YouTube, the YouTube channel, as well as the page on Facebook. Like the page on Facebook, share it. And on YouTube, please subscribe and like the video, as well as click the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I'm on, and you won't have to think about it. And again, share the video. So let me know if you're watching. So I'm not talking to myself, as well as there was a glitch on Friday. One of my I have two different cameras. One of the camera views that I saw was good. The camera view that you saw was not so good. If anyone goes back and look at Friday's video, that the angle of the camera was up to the ceiling. It was just crazy. The information went out. I didn't delete it because the information is what's the most important. So if you're watching, please let me know if the camera angle is good. If you're ever watching and the camera angle looks jacked up or something looks jacked up in the scene, just put it on the feed. It's okay. I know I'm flawed. You know what I mean? So it's okay. Put it in the feed. Sharon, there's something on your forehead. Put it on there. I don't care. Just let me know. And if you're watching, let me know. I see a couple of people watching. If you could just say hi and let me know that you can see me, you can hear me. So I know that I'm not talking to myself and that, the stream is going forth in a good way. Because again, this is live. So anything is bound to happen when it's live streaming. And I won't know until it's all over. And then it'll be like, oh man, I wish I could have changed that. But then I can't because it's too late. So today, Monday. Remember last week we talked about the Monday blues, where we're getting out of the Monday blues because Monday is just like every other day of the week. It's another day, a fresh start to accomplish those goals that we want to achieve in order to achieve the success that we want in life, in our personal life, in our business life, in our professional life, in our family life, financial life, spiritual life, in every way possible. We want to achieve success. So we're looking at Monday differently as opposed to the Monday blues. We're looking at it as a fresh start to achieve those goals, a fresh 24 hours to achieve those goals that we've been wanting to achieve. And time waits for no one. So every day that we wait, that we procrastinate, and that we put things off, and that we just don't do anything, we can't get that time back. And tomorrow's not promised. So we want to get on top of those goals so we can live the successful life that that we've all said we want to live. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter of today's show. Life with Sharon, Midday Motivation, who and what's holding you back? It's quite simple today. We're going to get into some more specifics tomorrow, but let's talk about the who. When we say who's holding you back, you have to think about who's in your sphere of influence. Who are those people in your inner circle who have your ear? And that is extremely important because if we have people in our circle who are discouragers rather than encouragers, who are constant complainers, who tear you down rather than build you up, who try and talk you out of your own faith of what you have faith for because they don't see it, they don't have faith for it themselves, And it's not about them, it's about you with your goals. But oftentimes people will talk people out of things because they can't see it for themselves, when it's not for you to see for you, it's for me. So they won't get up under your vision because they can't see it for themselves. And it's not so much that they're trying to be, underhanded or even jealous, let's say, because there are some people who are jealous, but that's a different lane. But it's just that they're, people are human and flawed. They just can't see it. But you can see it. That's why it's your vision. And that's why it's so important to have people in your inner circle who have your ear, who are encouraging you and building your faith and supporting you in what your goals are. And therefore, when you're, on that journey, when you find yourself discouraged, they're encouraging you anyway and helping you move from that place of discouragement to keep on the journey, because they know and they see and they're undergirding your vision and not letting you stop, because they see the greatness that's in you, sometimes even when you don't see it. So we have to surround ourselves with people who are supportive and who are encouraging and who are building our faith. Now that takes a level of assertiveness, because everybody doesn't have just those people in their circle. So the level of assertiveness is because you have to cut some people off. And if you're more of a passive person, then you're not willing to cut people off because you care about what they're going to think or how they're going to feel. And it's not about them, it's about you. And it doesn't mean that you love them any less, but they're not going where you're going. And you have to make the hard decisions. I can't have people in my camp, in my circle, who are trying to deter me from my goal. The two don't go together. It doesn't work. And so when you have people in your camp like that, then you find yourself feeling more negative because you have the Debbie Downers complaining constantly and doubting constantly, right? And you wonder why you feel down and you start to feel doubtful, because that's a familiar spirit, right? And you become like that person. You know how they say, you are the company that you keep. It's real, right? So you want to have people around you who are encouraging you in your current and into your next, and people around you who are further along than you are, who are doing similar things that you want to do, because they've already traveled the road and they can tell you where the pitfalls are, right? And so they're helping bring you along and helping guide your way to that place where you want to go. So you have to make the hard decisions of who to have in our inner circle and who has our ear. It's extremely important. You can't be passive about that. You have to be assertive. Again, it's not about how much you care for them or love them. You still love them, but you can't be up close and personal. You have to love them from a distance, because that's just the way it is. Now, you have a choice. You can do that, or you can have the discouragers and the negativity and the complainers in your camp too. And, you can see the result of that. So that's the who of who's in your circle. Now it's what's in your circle, or holding you back, rather. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the specifics of who's in your inner circle, because it matters. But right now it's who and what's holding you back. So that's the who. The what's holding you back could be many things. Situations you find yourself in because of the decisions that you're making. Your own mental health could be holding you back because there's issues from your past that are unresolved. And when we have unresolved issues from our past, they are with us in the present, and it comes out in our communication. It comes out in our behavior. It comes out in many different ways. And oftentimes we think, oh, that's just us. That's just me. Oh, that's your issues speaking. And when you get those issues resolved and get into a healthier place and walk in freedom, now those issues aren't dictating how you respond and how you feel emotionally and how you behave with other people, because that's how it works. I'm a clinician. This is what I do for a living. That is how it works. So when we think about what's holding you back, we have to think about our mental and emotional health. And what about my past is unresolved that I might need to seek therapy for? Or get into a group, a self-help group, something, read some self-help books, something to overcome whatever those issues may be that are in your past that are still manifesting themselves in your present day life. But you have to be real with yourself. You have to sit with yourself and be honest about what your issues are. And if you live in denial, then your life will continue to be the same, and your past will be living in your present with you in the decisions that you make, in how you communicate, in how you feel, and how you behave. That's how it is with everyone. This is not a Sharon thing, a Tom thing, a Harry thing, a Sue thing. This is how it is. This is how our humanity works. So be mindful of your mental health when you're looking to be present and be content with your present while striving for more, as well as wanting to be successful in every stage of your life. But we're always going to the next. After you achieve this one goal or two or three goals, there's always a next. Because if there's no next, you stop living, right? And we don't want to stop living until we're in the grave. So we want to achieve, and I'm not speaking financially. I'm just seeing every aspect of our lives. In our family life, we want it to be the best. In our personal life, we want it to be the best. Professional life, business life, etc. We want it to always be the best. And since we're human and flawed and broken beings, we'll never be perfect. So there's always something more to strive for. But if we don't sit with ourselves and do some self-reflection and reassessing constantly, then we're just haphazardly living. We want to live on purpose with intention. Every day you wake up, you should live with intention. And part of doing that is looking at who is in your circle of influence and what's going on in this season of your life. So if it's something that you need to work on that needs to be changed, then you can do something about it in both categories. So it's the who, people who are in your inner circle who have your ear that you need to be taking a look at, and what is going on. What's the decisions that I've been making that may not have yielded the results that I wanted? What's going on with my mental and emotional health? Are there issues from the past that are still bothering me in the present, so therefore it's affecting my decision making, my communication, my emotions, my behavior, and it's reflected in these relationships that I have, whether it's friendships, whether it's work, co-worker relationships, boss employee relationships, parent-child relationship, intimate partner relationship. It doesn't matter. It affects all relationships. Unresolved grief issues. Many things can go into what might be holding you back today because you have not chosen to deal with it in an assertive manner. It's there. And if you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. And it has been, because that's why the decisions, etc., that I've said you've been making have not been optimal. And others see it, even if you're in denial, others see it. They might not say anything about it, but they see it. So work on who's in your inner circle. Reflect on that, their personality. What are they bringing to the table? Are they bringing negativity or positivity? I'm just going to put it in those two categories. And what's going on with you that you need to look at, reassess, and see how you can make better decisions, deal with any past issues that you may have, and procrastination habits and things that just hold us back from achieving those goals that we say we want to achieve and our current and next level of success. So those are the 2 tips for today regarding what's holding you back. And tomorrow we're going to talk about the specifics of who's in your inner circle, because it matters. And those people who are in your inner circle are key to where you're going and to your success presently and in the future. It really does matter. So thank you so much for watching today. I will be back tomorrow, again, talking about who's in your inner circle, because it matters. So please join me tomorrow at 12:30 for that topic, for another episode of Life with Sharon, Midday Motivation. I look forward to seeing you then. God bless you. Have a God day. Shalom.